Hi everybody, I'm here in my bunker and the end of days has finally come. The Italians have taken over. You heard me right, the Italians are swarming everywhere across the world. All of Europe has flooded, all of Africa is inverted, and the Pacific Ocean is straight up missing. I could be all that's left. I'm down here scrambling for a solution to this nightmare. There's not much else Italy is going to be known for besides this, with the exception, of course, being the exquisite cuisines of their culture. When I think of Italy, I don't think of the worldwide invasion right now. I think of a delightfully tasty pan of lasagna being eaten by an overweight Persian tabby cat. The lovable cartoon cat needs no introduction. Here's one anyway. For over 40 years, Garfield has been garfing around the world. He hates Mondays, loves eating, kicks Odie, and possesses an unholy prowess that's rarely been witnessed by the masses. So as I take a break from all this crazy end of the world nonsense, why don't I talk a little bit about the funny orange-furred fellow and how he quite possibly has some silly cartoon implications at play. So the first thing to know when addressing the funny cat would have to be covering what he's known for in more detail. On June 19th of 1978, Garfield debuted in comics, but before that, he was actually born in Mama Leone's Kitchen, a mom-and-pop Italian food place on its last leg. Garfield grew up eating some of the exquisite food made there until he had to be sold to a pet shop for the restaurant to stay afloat. It eventually closes soon after, so that kind of is a damper, but that's okay. Garfield then leaves his mom and potentially his other family members. He then gets adopted by John, who had to pick between Garfield, an iguana, and a rock. And this quite possibly could be one of John's decisions of all time. And that's basically all of the important info when it comes to pre-Garfield. Really, I was shocked. I thought there was going to be more when I talked about the entire storyline of the funny cat. But from this point on, the entire strip just kind of follows Garfield being a nuisance for decades. A real goofball, a real uncool fellow. He stomps on spiders, he eats sentient plants, and he never catches mice, so they all kind of just hang out with him. Garfield is best known for hating Mondays, people who like Mondays, raisins, spinach, being productive, dogs that aren't Odie, they have a love-hate relationship, and Binky the Clown sometimes. However, he also likes Binky the Clown sometimes, along with eating, sleeping, scratching, his bear Pookie, singing, dancing, and harming the innocent. For example, he tortures Odie, Herman the Mailman, and Miss Feeney, who we never see but lives across the street, and we know damn well Garfield's doing some crazy stuff to that iconic elderly lady across the street. There's a few more important characters who interact with Garfield a lot, like Normal, who may or may not be Garfield's adopted nephew and is possibly being raised by John's parents, but I don't really know, and as shocking as it might seem, the Garfield fanbase is kind of lacking on family trees, but that's okay because Normal kind of just sucks a lot. I want to punt him like a kickball. Strangely enough, they're confirmed to be an adult cat, and they just pretend to be a kitten, so it kind of just gets shrugged off. We also can't forget about Garfield's intern, a character who appears in exactly 4 comics and is never seen or mentioned again. There's also Heathcliff, a character who existed longer than Garfield, who is less popular than Garfield, which means it's plagiarism. So moving on, Arlene is pink. Oh, and she's Garfield's girlfriend, and I think it's really funny how Garfield pulled a girlfriend before more than half of the people watching this. Odie weighs 10 pounds, has a big tongue, says nothing, and gets kicked by the lovable orange guy. Is that actually everything Odie does? Cause like, I feel like there would be more substance after 40 years. Well, actually there is. Odie's original owner, Lyman, used to live with John and was removed from the comics after Garfield basically replaced his purpose of being someone to talk to John for his comedic stuff. He's either on some safari adventure or locked up in the basement, but Odie still lives with John regardless. Wait, he's stuck in the... There's a few other characters that exist in the franchise, but they rarely contribute, like some of the mice, because there's just a lot of them, and John's grandma, who makes an entire Thanksgiving dinner in 5 minutes, but basically that's about it. But by far the most important character to talk about is John Arbuckle. Besides Garfield, the most important aspect of the franchise is the relationship between them, because John and Garfield is truly the entire life of the franchise. If this relationship isn't perfected in a specific adaptation, it ultimately fails. Garfield torments John on the daily, ruining his image and life as a freelance cartoonist who can't understand anything Garfield says. None of the animals can communicate to the humans, but they understand the humans. Remember this might be important later. I'm gonna quiz you on this. Even then, without Garfield, John's usually considered the butt of the series. A huge amount of the franchise relies on Garfield bouncing off of John's failures. He lacks most social skills, fails miserably in any form of love life, and is the key location where Garfield gets most of his joy and comedy material from. And without a doubt, John's entire purpose is just to be the punchline, and it's really sad. Or at least that's what everyone thinks except for me. John has to be a successful cartoonist since he can easily afford a house, 2 pets, he has killer dance moves, maintains a pretty decent standing with his family, he cooks a mean lasagna that Garfield can't even deny, and eventually he just starts living together with Liz. Speaking of which, at the start of the series, Liz basically existed as a way to emphasize how John lacks any social skills or awareness, but after decades, he doesn't. He doesn't fumble, and even Garfield is surprised. Garfield is actually impressed. Look at John. That is a power stance. Holy schmoly. Yeah, but to be fair, John is still kind of like the punching bag of the strip. He orders delivery pizza and then waits for half an hour straight while Garfield melts right next to him, and he does make a good lasagna, but mainly for his cat. But really, the two characters need each other to survive. And I think in a weird way, they love each other. John loves Garfield as a companion, and Garfield mainly loves what John provides. And I guess John, to an extent. Totally unrelated, they might also be living in a time loop. I'm saying this because none of the characters age at all, yet time still progresses. Garfield and Odie realistically should have died like 20 years ago, and also John never ages. There's the acknowledgement of time proceeding between some comics having continuity with previous ones, and years cycle with the technology, but there's nothing else that proves of a realistic timeline, partially because the characters are cartoons as well. What if John's cooking is so good that it makes everyone who eats it immortal? No, that's ridiculous, even for Garfield. Wait, actually, no, there was that one time Garfield got thrown out of a window, which was kind of weird. Honestly, just thinking about it now, Garfield is just kind of an abnormality. How do I say that word? Garfield is kind of just an abnormality as a whole. I found this German diagram of Garfield's anatomy, where he says, which I would just assume it says, this is my body, and I'm a cat. Outside of that, Garfield is extremely interesting. Liz claims he's obese, yet he's strangely agile and powerful. Garfield has smoked before and seen no long-term consequence, and along with most of the other cats, he can just walk on 2 legs casually. The average healthy cat is about 10 to 15 pounds, and from my estimates, Garfield is anywhere from 20 pounds to roughly 540. Holy shit. There's a lot of fat jokes in this series, and he's also been shown eating a ton of food throughout the series. He's only 3 feet tall, and let's just be realistic and say that Garfield is roughly 20 pounds. In this case, he would only need 440 calories a day in order to sustain this somewhat healthy weight. Now, given a proper diet, Garfield wouldn't have much of a challenge, but Garfield sure as hell is no ordinary cat. He likes eating human foods like lasagna and can comprehend what they are. So let's just take a look at how many calories are in the average pound of lasagna. Like, honestly, it shouldn't be that bad. I would say like maybe like 200 to 300 surely it can't be oh my gosh. That's almost double the recommended intake for a cat. And we see him eating more than this all the time. Coffee, pizza, sandwiches, chocolate. Chocolate? Cats can't even eat chocolate. Why is Garfield eating chocolate? He can't do that. And apparently onion and garlic can be on lasagna, and that's also one of the worst things that cats can eat. What even is Garfield? Why does he even hate Mondays? He doesn't go to school or work. Is it because John goes back to work? No, John works at home. It doesn't make sense. Well, it's possible that even for a cat, this one comment implies that he's wearing a cat suit. This could actually explain why Garfield has different character designs and eventually starts walking. It's because he's getting different suits and different stuff. But the idea of John living with a small man in a cat suit and feeding him servings too large for him bothers me in multiple ways. Like this one time, Garfield's aware that he's a cartoon character and he also has a job where he is like doing the strip. I'm sorry? So the Garfield animated trilogy in the 2000s establishes that all of the characters live in cartoon land and make all of the cartoons for the real world to read. And they do this every single day. They never do multiple comics in a day. And in this universe, the Arbuckle household is the exact same. There's no differences between the movies and the comics other than John can actually talk with Garfield. But also, wouldn't the people who make the papers be aware that Garfield and other comics just come into existence every day? Do they never question how these comics show up even though no one works on them? How do the real world newspapers make business deals with the cartoons to make comics and money? Does Garfield even get paid for any of this? What is Garfield's salary? Does Garfield have a 401k? I need to know, Jim Davis. Tell me, does Garfield have a proper retirement fund planned? Anyway, in this movie, Garfield decides to be depressed, stating that he's tired of the same goofy goofball cartoons for 30-ish years, and he goes into the real world with Odie, where he realizes it kinda sucks more than Cartoonland, and then he goes back, and that's the end of the movie. In the other 2 movies, Garfield forgets how to be funny and then goes on a funny quest, which eventually leads to a not at all funny dance with Arlene in like a talent show thing, and there's like this third guy, but he sucks, nobody cares. And in the third one, he teams up with Garzuka, a superhero Garfield from Garfield's Pet Force, which is a comic series about superhero Garfield characters, and Garfield in this continuity is 9 feet tall. And why does this need to be here? But yeah, basically they team up to defeat the evil vet fix from fusing things, I guess, which makes them turn into these weird fused zombie fellas. And also there's a scene where Garfield has a gun, and that's really funny. But yeah, basically they just beat the guy, and you know, that's it. Earlier than this, Garzuka lost his team to the evilness and travels across dimensions between universes to get help from the animated Garfield trilogy characters, because of course there's an alternate Garfield dimension. Outside of this, there's also the Garfield show. This show basically acts like the comic strip, but not at all. There's a new character named Harry who occasionally gives advice, a ton of extra human characters, and Garfield can talk to humans, I think, but the dialogue is so weird that you honestly can't tell. Like, every time he talks, nobody responds like they're directly talking to him, nor not talking to him. It's really weird and inconsistent, but this show is not only both unfinished and unfunny in an unironic way, but there's some episodes where Garfield travels between parallel dimensions. Great. In the episode, It's a Cat's World, we see Garfield swapping lives with another Garfield where cats and humans swap roles, and that's it. So as you've figured out by now, there is in fact a Garfield multiverse. There's a Garfield multiverse. Of course there's a multiverse. Why does Garfield have a Long story short, all the Garfield continuities are probably canon to some extent. Anything I got wrong or get wrong is probably right in some other Garfverse, so I don't really care. Outside of comic Garfield, Pet Force Garfield, animated trilogy Garfield, and Garfield show Garfield, there's also the Chris Pratt one, Garfield, Kart Garfield, Heathcliff Garfield, this thing, and also that one Garfield who teamed up with a whole bunch of cartoon characters like the Muppet Babies, Alf, and Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to stop a kid named Michael and his stupid younger sister Corey from doing drugs. And is that George Bush in the same special as Garfield? Yes, it is. Bill Murray live-action Garfield is blasphemous. Even then, it's still canon, but not where it matters. Odie's a smaller breed and animal, John isn't a dweebosaurus and gets with Liz almost immediately, and Nermal looks like that. Odie goes missing and then goes unmissing, and then in the second movie, Garfield swaps places with European royalty in Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. This is real stupid. Garfield and Friends Garfield is probably the prime Garfield in the eyes of many. I wouldn't know. I grew up with these. The books and animated specials share a special called Garfield, His 9 Lives. Both go over Garfield's previous lives and extra life in his future. One of the lives is this one that's kind of like a metaphor for Adam and Eve, and then there's one where he kills his elderly owner, and then there's one where Garfield's in a lab being chased down, and then he gets these glowing eyes at one point. Remember this is going to be on the quiz. There's a lot of nonsense. It's entirely possible each life is in a different timeline and parallel universe and stuff, but at the end of the 9th life, things get absolutely insane. They finally confront God. And because the afterlife God computers are down, they both get 9 more lives. And then it's revealed this God has the same eyes as Garfield did in his 7th life, meaning that this is possibly also a Garfield, or that the testing in his 7th life was them finding out how to reach a high plane of existence, and Garfield just happened to be one of the ones being tested on. But even the idea of Garfield being a celestial entity wouldn't be shocking, because he does in fact eat funny foods that cats aren't supposed to eat unless Garfield is a species beyond cats, unfazed by this danger. Garfield is something else entirely. Why is one of the most important aspects of this 40-year-old series the second half of an animated specials in the first season of a 1988 animated series? There's more evidence that Garfield as a species exists in some higher plane among us all. He might not recognize it, we might not recognize it, but in some ways, there's some Garfield in all of us. Too much Garfield stuff exists. The 9 Live special is technically 2 continuities because they have separate lives in them. Only some of the Garfields are aware of coexisting with alternate Garfields. There's possibly a heist Garf. I mean, he's probably a fictional character where we live, but everybody knows what Garfield as an idea is on our planet, meaning that ultimately, Garfield still wins. Take, for example, in our world, the merchandise that is washed up on beaches and the merchandise that has led to carjacking because people want suction cup Garfields. This is why there's so many fan-made versions of the character that exist. exists because he's so minimal yet so prominent for so many people. There's never been a character so recognizable yet simultaneously has so little nothing and so much going on that he gets twisted in all these numerous ways. And we as a collective society have made the Garfield anthill the same size as Mount Everest because of how little Garfield offers, yet we keep finding things to add to it, which is why Garfield is this mass that he is now. The idea that this character has existed before a lot of us and will probably outlive most of us, it's genuinely fascinating that there will genuinely never be a thing as heavily thought about yet uncertain as Garfield. Like, I'm pretty sure Garfield partially falls into the fear of the unknown. That is how much and how little we can do with him. And I'm not even the first person to talk about this. I'm not the first person to realize this. There's plenty of videos talking about this. I'd recommend checking out more of them if you want more Garfing. The study of Garfield feels like something you would major in college because there's just so much that amalgamates into something, and that being a stupid orange cat that eats a large amount of Italian food and hates Mondays despite nothing prominent happening on Mondays. Unless, of course, maybe his neighbors leaving for work and school and their cars waking him up after 2 days of nothing happening. You know what? That's probably it. I think we've just been overthinking it too long. I completely forgot about the Italian subplot.